Okay, I'm calm down, and Electric Core and folks, you were deceived. Um, the sleight of hand, satanic misdirection, one lie, and then splitting it for as long as it goes, and never really, really, really ever telling the fucking truth is unfortunately a tried and true tactic of that which already has been here for the last 2019 years and has been studying these systems. So I forgive you, EMF perps that showed up as middle-aged women who were probably like 20 something when you log out. I mean, let's be real here. You were misled. Who you should have appreciated was me, and in misdirection you were worshiping those trying to suicide me from like the ranks of community-based agents, and whoever called a hit out on myself and my family from Command Central through these synthetic telepathy, intel, paramilitary, military, infraguard things. I mean, I haven't recalled all of it, but there were some times actually over the last so many years that folks were filing out in Portland and in support of ending this torture, like rape codes, which I figured out on my own. I N52 level magnets and medical rubber for everybody. Like, you shouldn't be raped. It's been a bit of a blur in the war of it, but I do remember some support along the way of people that maybe didn't talk to me directly, which has been a real problem. Please talk to me directly. It's a matter of national security. Don't use NLP. But like, there were some in ranks that were supporting me, and then there was also admiration even that I had early on. Some points showing up to like a food pantry at a Christian place. Like, the women there really knew to appreciate me. A genome of such things is bent more towards virtue than sin, and then I'm pretty smart too, at least in some areas. And it's with this virtue signaling, it all changed. Like, this synthetic telepathy cult that's been trying to kill me and menticide me and abuse me in so many human trafficking ways, and would do the same thing to Christians. In fact, this synthetic telepathy is designed explicitly to exploit Christians. It changed, like, it, and then kept this weaponized narcissism, like narcissists in their gang, artificially sociopathic or psychotic. And of 5,000 in this army that has attacked me and my family, like, in this sleight of hand satanic misdirection. So like, I'm getting extracted at speed of thought, and this is when I slow down to talk. So that's like been going up to like wicked powerful, like central computing with like outfits like the NSA and shit for at least since 2004, in part to monitor the torture, but also then I've been thinking too. And that's where the problem with this misdirection and virtue signaling got really crossways on purpose, and I was set up to be angry with these two probably very young infraguard electric core personnel that are like, oh, my mom thinks I work at Ross Dresser Less, and she's laying on a machine perping me down the street. I mean, I had that shit followed me everywhere. Like, I was homeless and sleeping outside a fucking place in like Long Beach, and like perps from your overreached federal powers were there, like with keys the next morning to like get in the building and shit, faking that they worked there. EMF perps, and the abuse of power of all the systems. So I forgive you. I was set up to be angry. It was a trigger moment for me. I don't understand all of the complexities of the industry of gang stalking and virtue signaling, but that's what's happening. Like, you should have appreciated me, not my attempted murderers, is really. And I'm not a fucking god. I'm just a real smart person that wanted you to go to school, not perp me at a hospital my dad used to admin for centrally as middle-aged women. You really weren't. And then what are those middle-aged women come back to work and they get the slingshot of your behavior? Like, that's so ill. Like, don't log in. Some of my like grandiose, not going to happen, tell myself to feel better when I'm getting tortured by the likes of you, is that if I could, in counterinsurgency forces, drop out of nowhere with a force of like 50,000 to find all of your bases and chop your fucking heads off, Still in the machines. Find your way out of that one, genius. It's a real big problem. I want you to shut up. And you won't. And then you worship the ones that like are killing me in misdirection and illusion and pressing a lie and as far as it goes, and then never really telling the truth. So I forgive you though. I was just pissy about the Satanism. Turn off the broadcast. Don't fucking watch this shit. And no, I'm not gonna come with a fourth of 50,000 and chop your heads off. What I don't want to be broadcast. I don't want to make up silly threats that make me look like the idiot, because I'm never gonna do something like that. And I'm here to help with non-reincarnation instructions that I got like 36 years ago before being poisoned by all this crap. And you know, some days because of all of the tech and blue beams and shit, not knowing my ass from a fucking hole in the ground, because I'm getting played for a fool because I'm still only 3D. I don't have a gang, I don't have a headsets, and you guys wouldn't stop at the NLP to save your fucking lives. If enough with your fucking ego problems. Your mental health problems aren't my responsibility. And no, you know, your dad missing out on taking you to Little League baseball games is also not my fucking problem. Stop perping.